Howdy, Possum Patty, and the Mayor Stinky Winky Woo's here. I'm just setting up technology. Yes, I know I'm 5 minutes early, or maybe a few minutes more than that. But I had a little glitch, so I've gone back. I've gone back. Oh, I see I am live. Okay. Howdy. I'm going to say that again. Howdy and welcome. Oh, I can see me. Yes, I can see me. Me and Stinky Winky Woos. The Mayor, Stinky Winky Woos, is here. Yes. Oh my. Hi, Kelsey. Howdy, howdy. And Debbie. And Mary Beth. Howdy. Yes. And Jan. Thank you, Jan, for popping in. Howdy, howdy. Everybody saying howdy to everyone else. Oh, Kelsey, you just got the #1 crown. Yes, you did. Cranky Crafter, Marcy, howdy, howdy. The Mayor says howdy to everyone. I'm trying to set up the camera. I'm using my phone. I'm using YouTube right now. And yeah, I had a little bit of a glitch. Had a little bit of a glitch, so I hope we're straightened out now. Picture looks very big though. You can see all the way back to the shelf behind me. I had a cat until last year. He lived until he was 23 years old and was active almost right up to the end. Oh, thank you for sharing, Jan. Yes, I had an 18-year-old who passed away in January. And this is Miss Stinky Winky Woo. She's the mayor of Soggy Bottom, and she's 17 years old. Yes, she is. She's 17 years old. Yes, Kelsey, 23. That's amazing, isn't it? That's amazing. Wow. I don't know how to change the settings on this to bring you in closer. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. Because I touched it before and it went bloop. It went off. So I tried it again. Yes. We're just going to have to do with a big picture. We'll just sit here and look. What's in the background there? Oh, you can see my dragon journal up on top of the shelf. And my Doctor Who TARDIS. That's the blue phone box there. And my original Chatty Cathy doll. And Mr. Possum's Woody. That Woody, yeah, Woody's up there. Oh, that dragon journal looks awesome, says Kelsey. Yeah, just sitting up there on the shelf. Yes, Woody's up there. He was a rescue cat we found outside. We had him since he was a kitten. Hey, Betty. Howdy, howdy. And Miss Stinky Winky Woos is born in the barn. She's a barn cat. Yeah, she's a barn cat. She's a barn cat. I have 3 things on my list for today, but if there's anything else you want to chat about, feel free to ask. Put it down there. Everybody's saying howdy to Betty because she just popped in. Yes. I'm reading the chat because the chat doesn't, it's not available for like 24 to 48 hours. So if you're a gentle replayer and you're watching this right away after it's been posted, yeah, you can't see the chat. You can't see the chat. So I read the chat. And if you're a little bit of a later replayer, it'll be there. Or if you're a gentle listener, I'll read the chat. Yes. Marcy says, I can't normally make this time for the live, but the husband is out of town, so I have additional time for myself. LOL. Yeah. Oh, Marcy, is he in Hawaii? Ah, yes, he's still out of town. Well, she's getting very comfortable. She's getting very comfortable here. I was going to do StreamYard, and I was going to put the story on the screen, but it wasn't working. No, I think it said I needed to use 2 computers to do exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, this is a different one. Out of time again. Texas this time. Oh, I was still dreaming of Hawaii. I was still dreaming of Hawaii. Baby Possum and his girlfriend went to Hawaii not that long ago. I'm going to put that in my beach journal, I think. Yeah. They said it was okay. I could share a picture or 2. Oh. Well, she's very relaxed and comfortable right now. Yes, she is. I've got my tea. I've got her speech. I've got Christina Lorenzen's book over there. And let's see, is it 7 o'clock? Let me check the time here. Oh, it's just 7 o'clock now. I think my bird clock's a couple minutes late. Yes, bird clock's a couple minutes late. So I was just checking my technology, like I said at the beginning, and I was trying to set up the live, you know, with the thumbnail and stuff like that. And I was hitting the buttons, and I put in a description. I did all this stuff. Oh, there's the morning dove, 7 o'clock. And it went live for like 2 seconds. I'm like, no, I turned it off. And then I had to do it all over again. And then I came in here, and I'm like, why is my picture so big? I don't know. I hope one time I can join him on the Hawaii trip. But his new employer tends to manage travel at the very last minute. So the tickets are so expensive. Sad face. Debbie says her son is in Texas. Kelsey says, me too, Debbie. My son, Baby Possum, he's in New Jersey, yes. Vermont here. I love all your videos. Thank you. Thank you from Vermont. You're a fellow New Englander. You're a fellow New Englander, yes. Jan A, is this your first time here? Oh, I got to put her down for a moment. Jan A, she's got the number 2 crown. Oh, my pen's not writing. Why not? Jan A. New? Are you new, Jan A? Let me go over Galveston. We're talking about Texas. Okay, while you guys chat about Texas, let me see if I can. Oh, Jan A. Okay, Jan A does not have videos, but I'll put a subscribe there just in case you one day, you know, you might want to put up a video, okay? Okay, so we got Jan A. We got Jan A. Okay. All right, I'm going to start since it's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock, and we've got a nice little group going here for our Tea Tuesday. Oh, maybe I'll have a sip of tea, but I'll have to put the cat down first. Okay. Yes. Got to take the lid off here. North of Houston, says Kelsey. Debbie says, cool. Well, maybe this is hot. Let me see. It's really hard when I use YouTube because it's a bit of a delay. Yes, I was going to do StreamYard, like I said, but that kind of fell through at the last moment. Then, you know, I had that YouTube live thing. I wish it was cool. Oh, Patty, which tea advent calendar did you get? Ooh, wouldn't you like to know? Surprise, December 1st, be there. Yes, my tea calendar is going to be a surprise. I hope it gets here. There was one that I really wanted because I do love their teas. Oh, and there was another one that I love too, but they wouldn't guarantee delivery in November. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to start my Advent tea calendar in the middle of December, so I should have thought about it a little bit earlier, but that's okay. I got one. I think it'll work out. Yes, I got a nice one. I'm currently drinking some tea that my GF brought me from Ireland, says Marcy. Oh, I'm drinking Red Rose decaf. I've been drinking that all week, haven't I? I know, I tend to run in, you know, it's like a week of Red Rose, a week of chai, a week of something, yes. Same here, the thermostat is always stuck on Hades. Oh, how hot was it there? I mean, here it was barely, I don't know, what, 40 something. Wind chill factor today, they said, was down in the 20s to up to just about early low 30s. So from the upper 20s to the low 30s, upper 20s to low 30s. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Was the wind factor, chill factor today. Let me say that again. The weatherman said that today the wind chill factor would be from the upper 20s to the lower 30s. Yes, that's how cold it was here today, and that wind just goes right through you. Yes, it does. So we're having hot tea up here in New England. Yes, we are. Of course, you know, down south, if it's still warm, y'all can have your iced tea or sweet tea. Yes, you can have your sweet tea. That's what they call it. Kelsey said it was 84, and they only get down into freezing a few times a year. Wow. We can get down to freezing from October, November, December, January, February, March. A good 6 months of the year. Now the temperature varies, you know, it goes up and down, but it can freeze anytime from October through March. April can get kind of cool too. Betty Boyle, it was 76 in Perry, Florida today. Kelsey said subtropics. Mary Beth said they're in the 30s and snow here today. Wind chill, upper 20s. That's what we had. We didn't have any snow, but we had upper 20s to low 30s was our wind chill today too. No snow. It's supposed to get a little bit warmer and go up to 40s. Maybe reach 50 one day. But it's definitely feeling like December. I went outside and I said to Mr. Possum, it smells like December. You get that wind coming down from the Arctic. And it has a certain smell to it. Yes, it's completely different from the wind that comes from the west, or the wind that comes off the ocean in a nor'easter, or the wind that comes from the south. When the wind comes down from the Arctic, it's got a certain smell to it. Yes, it does. I guess I can start now. I guess I can start now. I'm giving myself a thumbs up. I'm giving myself a thumbs up. I had a description. It says no description on this video. I had one, but like I said, I lost it. I lost it all. Yeah. All right, I had my tea. Stinky's speech is going to come up next. But this is the book. This is the book. I don't know where to hold it because I got my phone reversed. That I bought. I ordered on Amazon from Christina Lorenzen, and she was our guest author a few weeks back. And she's published 13 books, and a lot of them are like cozy romance stories. Yes, cozy romance. Fluffy, nice little stories. Yes, nice little stories. Rated PG stories, you know. And I picked this one, Rapunzel's Lighthouse, because I do have a lighthouse journal, and I've been journaling about lighthouses, and Rapunzel is a fairy tale, and I'm writing a fairy tale. So I picked this one, right? I picked this one, and I started reading it, and I read through the first couple of chapters, and I was like, oh, no way, no way, no way, no way, because it starts off as a very quick read. Yes, it is. It's a very quick read, cozy little book. Go right through it. Yes, with a cup of tea, couple afternoons and a few cups of tea, right? It starts off with a ominous black waves pounding the rocks just below the lighthouse adjoining the cottage. Jagged flash of lightning lit up the sky. A storm. A storm. I said, my fairy tale starts with what? A storm. It starts with a big storm. So I was like, oh, I guess I picked the right one. So so what appears in the storm, right? What appears in the storm? A stranger. What appears in in my fairy tale, a stranger shows up in the storm, right? And then the stranger falls down on the rocks and he needs help. And I'm like, ah. The parallel between my Soggy Bottom fairy tale and this one. I was like, oh, I can't believe it. So yes, both her story and my story start with a big storm. Yes, a big raging storm. And both stories, a stranger appears in the storm. And in both stories, the stranger gets hurt and needs help. And then after that, they completely diverge. But I was just so excited when I was reading it. I was like, no. I love it. Yes. So, yeah. So there, after that, it's completely different in a way. Yes. But Rapunzel has to go on her own journey. Yes, her own journey. But, yeah, she's got some obstacles to overcome. So that was fun. Yes, that was fun. All right, so I've got my snail. Tentacles with the little eyeballs on. And Christina is writing a children's book about a snail and a worm. So we're going to get her back on here, and we're going to have a little snail discussion. Yes, we're going to have a little snail discussion about similarities and differences between her character and my character. Yes, they're completely opposite, so it's going to be a great discussion. Yes, it will be a great discussion. So that's that. Okay, are we ready for Stinky Winky Woo's speech? Oh, I have it down here. Stinky Winky Woo's speech. She printed it out so I could read it. Should I hold her while I read it? She's right there. I'll get her. I'll pick her up. Let me have another sip of tea, and then I'll pick it up. Pick her up. So if you watched the video last night, at the end, Stinky Winky Woos came in to say that she would be, or I would read her speech tonight. Yes, she would be here and I would read her speech. And that she used speech, yells Mary Beth, speech. And that I didn't write it, but she used the computer, the AI in the computer, to write her speech. Of course, she gave it all the information that she wanted in the speech. And on my computer, I have Chat, C-H-A-T, GPT, Chat GPT, right? And you can give it all the information and it will write something for you, right? Yeah. and this is really funny because she is going to be a character in book 2. I'm on the second half of the last chapter in book 1. Yes, I've gone back. Actually, I went back to another chapter and rewrote another little bit. I keep doing that because you have to go back to the chapters with fresh eyes and, reread different parts. So anyway, I already have mapped out what's going to happen in 2 and 3 and 4. There's going to be 4 books. So Mayor Stinky Winky Woo shows up in book 2. Who popping in? Kate, howdy, Kate. Everybody's saying howdy to Kate. Welcome. Stinky, I'm just about to read the mayor's speech, yes. So, Chat GPT, C-H-A-T. Well, in French, en français, C-H-A-T is cat. Le chat is cat. Le chat, en français, okay. So she thought it was Cat GPT. So she used it to write the mayor's speech, yes. She wrote the mayor's speech. Now, in book 2, she will, she's down on the floor, she will have a speech, not one that's written by Le Chat GPT, cover the cover the same material. And actually, I looked at it quickly. Oh, do you hear Mr. Possum yawning? Usually I put up a picture of a hippopotamus when I hear him yawning, and sometimes I don't know if you hear that or not. He's very loud when he sneezes and when he yawns. Yes, I have the door closed. He plays the TV very loud. He sneezes very loudly, and he yawns very loudly. Oh, and when he's on the phone, cover your ears. It is so loud, yes. Okay, so I looked at it quick, and I did change one little part here at the end, because I know what's going to happen in book 2. So, but the rest of it's going to get rewritten, and it'll be a speech. Stinky Winky Woos, the mayor, will show up and address the citizens, her constituents, all the folks of Soggy Bottom, because something exciting has happened. Something exciting has happened in Soggy Bottom. Now, if if you're new to my Author's Tea Tuesday, welcome, welcome. I'm writing a book, a fairy tale, about the 3 fairies, Angela Rose, Maggie Rose, and Ruthie Rose, who live here at Soggy Bottom, and all the creatures and fauna and flora that we have here. I'm almost finished. I've read a lot of the story in the other Author Tea Tuesdays, and I'm probably going to do one where I'll just do a lot of reading of the story again for people who missed a lot of it. And yes, this is the first time. A couple of people asked if Stinky was going to write a speech when she became the mayor of Soggy Bottom. Now, it was Shay. I call her Sister Gray Braids Shay. Sassy Granny Vlogs or something is her that's her right? She sent me a story about the Stinky Winky Woos becoming the mayor of Soggy Bottom, and it just kind of caught on. Her story caught on. And now that's going to be part of my story, and this is Stinky's speech, so why don't I just read it? Yes, I know you can't wait, and I'm talking, but I need one more drink before I read it. Okay, I know, you're waiting patiently, and I'm yakking. I'm sorry. Well, come here. Time for your speech. Yes. Time for your speech. Okay. All right. Can I do both? Can I hold the cat and read a speech? Madame Mayor Calico's, so I didn't write this, address to the citizens of Soggy Bottom. It should say Mayor Stinky Winky Woo, so we're going to go with, I'm already changing it. The Mayor Stinky Winky Woo's address to the citizens of Soggy Bottom. My esteemed citizens of Soggy Bottom, friends furred and feathered, winged and whiskered, leaf-born, bark-born, and burrow-born. Thank you for gathering on such short notice. Yes, yes, please settle yourselves. Mice to the left, no scurrying if you please. Rabbits, if you must wiggle, wiggle quietly. Ladybug Bybie, darling, your antennas are tapping. And little Pixie, try not to hover directly above my ears. It is difficult to appear mayoral, with wings buzzing in my whiskers. Now then, we are here because of a matter most mysterious, most unusual, and, if I may say, most inconvenient for a quiet village that prefers its summer afternoons to be devoted to naps, gardening, and the occasional polite adventure. I refer, of course, to the obsidian egg. The one unearthed, quite by accident, I am told, by little Pixie and young Elswick Elf. Excuse me. Yes, little Pixie dear, I do see you waving. No, you may not pass it around again. Once is quite enough. This egg is no ordinary egg. I have inspected it myself twice. It is glossy as midnight water, cold as deep earth, and hums faintly when Edwin the elder owl perches near it. Edwin insists that it hums in the key of D. I do not know what that means, but he seemed very certain. Some among you fear it may be a dragon egg. I am not one to jump to conclusions, but I am also not one to ignore a humming, impossible rock with a heartbeat you can feel through your paw pads. So, the matter before us. How shall we learn what exactly this egg is and what, if anything, plans to hatch from it? We must consult experts, not just any experts, no. We need the sort of folk who know the old stories, the deep stories, the stories carved in stone and whispered in tunnels where sunlight never walks. I speak, of course, of the gnomes beneath the mountain. Worry not. I am aware that gnomes can be grumbly, bristly, dusty, crusty, and occasionally rusty. I am also aware that they prefer to be left alone unless the sky is falling or someone is brewing tea incorrectly. But this is a matter of great importance. Therefore, my proposal is as follows. We shall send a small, brave, sensible delegation to the mountain. Someone who can ask questions politely, carry the egg carefully, and refrain from poking ancient relics without permission. Which means, little Pixie, you may not lead the delegation. Yes, I know you found it. Yes, I know you are very careful now. No, that does not reassure me. Stop squealing. Okay. You found it. You can go. But I am sending Angela Rose to watch over you. I also suggest that we send Ellswick Elf because he is thorough and has excellent manners. Edwin the Elder Owl because he remembers everything anyone has ever said, even things they wish they didn't. Wilson the Snail because no one suspects the snail of rushing decisions. And one rabbit, preferably one who hops softly. Please decide among yourselves, quietly. One more page. The task is not without risk, but neither is it without hope. We may discover that the egg is harmless. We may discover that it is dangerous. Or we may discover that we are standing at the beginning of a story older than any of us. Whatever truth waits beneath the mountain, we shall face it together, as neighbors, as friends, as proud citizens of Soggy Bottom. Now then, if there are no objections, I shall take a moment to lick my paw and smooth my ear before we begin planning our journey. Thank you. And there's her speech. I know, it's got to be all rewritten for the book, but that's okay. That was the cat artificial intelligence that wrote that, yes. Cat artificial intelligence. So what do you think of her speech? Yes, what do you think of her speech? She's getting squirmy here. I have to go, but I got to hear the speech. Bye. Okay, Kelsey. Well, you should have said that. I would have popped it in a little bit earlier. Yes. But thanks for hanging around. Good job, Mayor, says Debbie. Good job. Good job. Okay, so great speech, says Mary Beth. All right, so the little nugget for book 2 that I just gave away is, well, first of all, Ellswick the Elf. So we know the elves are coming to this summer solstice celebration in book 1. So we're going to meet the elves in book 1. And Ellswick Elf is a very young elf. And I guess little Pixie and Ellswick kind of hit it off. Yes. Yeah, they kind of hit it off, and they're out, on a little adventure, and they stumble upon this obsidian rock, which turns out to be an egg, which turns out to be a dragon egg. Yes. So that's my little nugget for book 2 right there. And of course, the other nugget is The mayor, Stinky Winky Woos, will be there, and she'll be giving a speech. And a lot of you... Mr. Possum yawning again. I guess I'm boring him. And a lot of you know that I pick up, most of the names that I pick are family names. And Ellswick is a first name in my family. Yes, on my family tree there is an Ellswick. So Ellswick the elf. So that was Stinky Winky Woo's speech. I am going to rewrite it. Yes. But she had fun with Cat GPT or Le Chat GPT to write her speech. Yes. All right, so we've got a few more minutes here. I don't like to make the author tease too long. I have to put her down, give my arm a rest. I had my flu shot. My arm's a little sore. I had my flu shot, yeah. So I was going to pull up and read some more about Pixie. Let's see where we were. Well, Kate was here last time. Kate from Cleveland was her first time on 10/28. I think 1 week I didn't take notes for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay. I'm looking for my story. Stand by just 1 second. I can pull it up. Here we go. I got it here. I got to put it next to the live, so maybe I can see both at the same time. I hope so. I hope so. All right, so where were we? Pixie's story is next. So we started with a storm and the rescue of Bybie the ladybug. And then there's a stranger out in a puddle in the dark. And the next day they find it, and it's Wilson who's lost his shell. And then the next chapter is the fairies are taking care of Wilson and the ladybug. Oh, and then I got the whole story of how Wilson lost his shell. And then I think they were making they were making plans. They were making plans for the summer solstice celebration. Oh, did Martha pop in? There she is. Howdy, Martha. Thanks for popping by. Oh, you missed Stinky Winky Woo's mayor speech. Yes. Right now, I was going to go and read Bybie's story. Yes. Okay, so they're getting ready for the celebration, and they hung the gowns on the line. Do you remember that? And the gowns were stolen. Wilson the snail without the shell disappears. And then they all go off and search, right? And Angela Rose. Where are we? I'm skimming through here. Okay. Angela Rose takes Bybie and they walk, I think they went east, right? And they came and they met Edwin the Owl, and he knew who stole those gowns. And Maggie Rose, I gotta move up. Oh, here we go. Okay, I did the whole owl thing. I'm in the wrong chapter. Okay. Maggie Rose went north towards the river looking for Wilson, and she met the rabbits. And all the rabbits are going to help her look for Wilson the snail. And Ruthie Rose went south. Nobody went west. They went east, north, and south. Nobody went west. Well, there's only 3 fairies. They can't do 4. But they're getting the mice to help them. Ruthie Rose got the mice to help them. And Maggie Rose got the rabbits. And Angela Rose had the Edwin the Owl. Yes. give her directions about where the gowns were, but they still haven't found any signs of Wilson. Okay. So that's where we are. That's where we were. I'll watch it later, says Martha. Oh, thank you, Martha. You're a sweetheart. Oh, because in the mayor's speech, yes, there's my little nugget about what happens in book 2. What happens in book 2. Kelsey stayed, but then she had to pop out. Is she still here? No, I think she's gone. I think she had to pop out. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Martha, so much. I'm going to take a sip of tea. And then little Pixie is in the story. She's over here. Little Pixie. So my three fairies and little Pixie here. This is little Pixie. Okay. This is little Pixie. Oh, she got a little troll. This is little Pixie. Yes. She's the one who finds the dragon egg in book 2. I just gave it away. Okay, Martha, I just gave it away. Anyway, sip of tea. Let's read. Oh, my Scrappy Fairy. I was working on her before. She was drying, so I got a clip on it. So I just set it over here. And let's see. Let's see if I could. I gotta go back here. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, there's my Scrappy Fairy. She's a flower fairy. I put scraps of flower fabric and lace, and I put little flowers on there. I don't know where to hold it. I never do. I don't know. I have to wait and see where the camera is. Yeah. There she is. She's got flowers on her hat. And then her wings are a little handkerchief over here. And this is all scraps and Dollar Tree flowers and leftover trim and secondhand scraps of fabric. And that's as far as I got, though. I have to put some things in the background, and I have to put some pearls on her shoes and around her neck, and I've got the other little one down here because I was going to do a little one, but I just did that, but I think it's dry already, so I just sat it over there. Okay, thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Martha. Story. All right, back to the story. I can't see much of the screen and the story at the same time. So the name of this chapter is Gowns. So we're going to find out what happened, who stole the gowns. And it was Edwin the Owl who gave Angela Rose and Bybie directions on how to get over to find where the gowns are. But this is a backstory. Remember I did the backstory about Wilson, how he went to the ring of mushrooms and he was eating the mushrooms and he fell asleep and the river rose and a big flood came during the storm and washed him away and he lost his shell. So this is a little bit of a backstory about Pixie and how she stole the gowns. And now I have no breath left. Take a deep breath. During the last mass year of the 1,000-year oak, when acorns fell like rain, only one was special enough to give birth to a pixie. That acorn gave the world little Pixie. She was young and wild and, oh, so very mischievous. Her hair, as white and fluffy as thistle down, contrasted with the dirt smudged across her face and arms. The little barefooted Pixie wore a crude patchwork dress. She made it by using the rough fibers of a goldenrod stem to sew pieces of birch bark and green lichen together. So it was hardly surprising that, as she flittered past the fairy's cottage and caught sight of the gowns fluttering like butterflies on the clothesline, she had stopped mid-flight. Her eyes widened at the jewel-bright colors and the fine fabrics. Her grin turned sly. Oh, I must have one. Without a pause to wonder whose gowns they were or why they were hanging there, little Pixie darted forward. She didn't land, no. She was much too excited to touch the ground. Instead, she hovered over the purple gown, her thin fingers lightly caressing the layers of netting that made up its skirt. Faster than a green frog's tongue can catch a fly, she plucked it off the clotheslines. She plucked off the clothespins, tucked them neatly in the tiny bag slung over her shoulder, grabbed the dress, and zipped off. She hadn't flown far when a flicker of doubt crossed her mind. I should have taken the long silky yellow gown. She hovered mid-air, glancing back the way she had come. After a moment's hesitation, she draped the purple gown on the branch of a nearby birch tree. In a flash, she raced back to the clothesline, snatched the yellow gown, and returned to the birch. She hung it next to the purple. Yellow like the rising sun, or purple like the sunset? How can I choose? I did like the green one. Green like the trees. I'll get that one and put it alongside the other two. Then I'll choose. Excuse me. And so it went, blue like the sky, pink like a flower. Before long, the birch tree looked like a royal wardrobe, draped with every gown the fairy sisters owned. And still, little Pixie could not make up her mind. I'll take them all home and make my decision there. Yes, then I'll return the others. With a nod of her head, she began the task of ferrying the gowns to the far side of the woods. Back and forth she flew throughout the night, carrying them one by one to a hidden clearing. The first rays of the rising sun streaked across the sky as little Pixie took the fairy's clothespins from her bag. She used them to properly hang each gown on a separate bush that circled her home. There, now, which one? Excuse me. She wanted to give each gown a proper look over, but her eyelids began to droop. Soon she could no longer keep them open. I'm too tired to think. A short nap, then I'll decide. Worn out, she crawled into her house. House? It was barely a shelter, more like a lean-to built from twigs loosed by the storm and fallen to the forest floor. She lay her head on a cushion of moss and in the blink of an eye was fast asleep. And now we're going back to Angela Rose and Edwin the Owl, okay? Edwin the Owl had been quite clear with his directions. Who follows the path, the wise old owl had said, will find the missing gowns. You must stay straight at the first turn and turn left at the second. You will come to a patch of wild blueberry bushes. Find the entrance, and once through, you will find what you are seeking. Angela Rose and the ladybug walked side by side down the path that led from Edwin's oak tree to the far side of the woods. Flying would have been quicker, but Bybie still trembled when carried through the air. To pass the time during their long walk, Angela Rose admired the wildflowers that lined the path. Ruthie Rose will be happy to know that the wild geraniums are in bloom, she noted. Bybie passed the time plucking fat, juicy aphids off the purple blooms. She smiled her little bug smile, knowing that her snacking helped the flowers. How are we going to find our way through? Angela Rose wondered as they reached the dense tangle of wild blueberry bushes. Bybie scurried ahead, testing the branches with her front legs. She disappeared around the bend for just a moment, then came darting back, waving her antenna urgently. You found a passage through? Well done. Lead the way. Angela Rose ducked through the small opening that Bybie had discovered. She stopped once to admire the canopy overhead. Green, lush green leaves dotted with ripening berries. Oof! Another time she stopped abruptly, having walked straight into a low-hanging branch. They emerged into the clearing, Angela Rose squinting in the bright light and rubbing her head, Bybie excitedly pointing to the gowns with her antennae. Oh, Bybie, we found them! Angela Rose clapped her hands together with joy. I wonder who brought them here. At first, she only saw the colorful gowns hanging by clothespins from the bushes surrounding the clearing. Then she noticed a small pile of sticks at its center. Curious, she tiptoed closer, knelt, and peeked inside. There, nestled inside the shelter, a pixie lay fast asleep. The little bug stepped inside and tapped her with one front leg. The pixie did not move. Bybie tapped her with 2 legs. No reaction. She's exhausted, poor thing. She carried those gowns halfway across Soggy Bottom, Angela Rose said. Bybie scampered right over the pixie and tickled her ear with her antennae. The pixie's hand moved lightning fast and knocked the little bug away. Bybie rolled and landed on her feet. No harm done. Little Pixie's eyes popped open and she bolted upright. That got her attention. Bybie wiggled her antennae. Angela Rose tenderly touched the frightened pixie on the arm, and she immediately calmed. Hello there, she said. My name is Angela Rose, and my sisters are Ruthie Rose and Maggie Rose, and those are our gowns. The pixie squealed, her eyes wide. Shh, continued Angela Rose, her voice as healing as her touch. It's okay. Just tell me what happened. Little Pixie relaxed as she told her story to the fairy. She ended with, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause so much trouble. Angela Rose looked at Little Pixie's rough lichen dress and smiled. All will be forgiven, and if you help me bring the gowns back to the cottage, I'll sew you a fine dress that you can wear to the summer solstice celebration. Oh, a real dress for me? Little Pixie's wings buzzed faster than a bumblebee's. Yes, yes, I will. She zoomed past Angela Rose and hovered in the air. Angela Rose stood and dusted off her skirt. Bybie, you stay here with Little Pixie, and I'll take a gown and fly home and get the sisters to help. I'll stay there and take care of the gowns as they arrive. Maggie Rose can help Little Pixie bring the gowns back, and Ruthie Rose can walk you home. I'll tell her to bring her nature notebook. She'll enjoy sketching some of those wildflowers we saw along the path. The stars twinkled in the sky and the fireflies blinked among the trees, both lighting the way for the last of the fairies' gowns to return home. Inside the cottage, Little Pixie sat on a kitchen chair. She had never sat on a proper chair before. Feeling trapped by the 4 sturdy walls and a solid roof, she squirmed in her seat and focused on the details of the room. A fire and a stove. She wanted to move closer to feel its warmth. Cupboards. She wanted to open each door and see what was behind it.